Welcome to selfdiscoverywisdom.com, formerly known as Self-Discovery Media. On these podcasts, you're going to hear people who speak from the heart. They've taken the journey in life. Many things have happened to them, but they've changed it to happening for them. And in their strength, their courage, they've discovered their abilities and their wisdom, and they are now sharing it here with you. Do enjoy each show. We bring it to you with love and knowing that it's going to help you on your journey of life. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Ignite Your Heart and Soul, right here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. I'm your host, Sarah Troy. My wonderful guest all the way from Australia is Stephen Chong. This is the second time here. We're back because we're going to have another deep, beautiful conversation. I invite you to go back to listen to the one we did before on his book, Afterlife, The Journey to Know You Know What Will Happen. But today we're going to take the conversation a little further. We're going to discuss how we can have deep insights into life purpose and direction, particularly as it relates to grief and loss and the connections to the heavenly realm. We're going to be talking about the revelations with Adobe Reunion and the School of Children and the Spirit Guides as discovered in the afterlife. We will also discuss the passing of his mother, plus the unfolding knowledge and wisdom of the laws of heaven and earth, and his transformative experiences over the past few years. He is from Queensland, Australia, based author and coach who draws his inspiration from life themes that relate to all of us: love, grief, struggle, and overcoming obstacles. In 2019, he suffered a profound spiritual awakening, experiences that he fell from a ladder and fractured his neck. But that was his wake-up call. Accumulating from the experience was the gift of writing, the afterlife, the journey to, and also the laws of heaven and earth. So we have a lot to talk about. It's only with us for a short while today. I want to get straight to it. And you've had your what we call the cosmic 2x4s that kind of woke you up and put you on different
Yes.
paths. And of course, that led to the writing of the book. As I said, please go back, listen to the other show. You'll hear more in depth about that. But also, it's what comes after. You've written the book, you've had the experiences, but as you walk through life, suddenly there are other epiphanies. There are other things that awaken you. And in your case, your mother passing, and how that kind of became another, not wake up call, but just another shed of light for you.
Yes. I mean, it's very interesting. So, I mean, it's almost like well, not almost like it is a manifestation of the
Mm.
divine, isn't it?
Hmm.
That, we have these epiphanies, these harsh, the 2x4s, as you call
Yeah.
them, but then we have to bring that into our life, manifest it into our life to make this life a better place for
Hmm.
us and our loving kin and our community, whatever. But also, I think the importance of building that bridge, build that
Mm.
bridge between this life and the eternal next. And my goodness, the profundity of that experience related to my mother is a perfect example of that.
I definitely want to dive more into that, but just let's talk about the bridge for a moment. There are some people that think that this is it. This life, that's it. When you die, that's over. Instead of looking at that we are spiritual beings having a human existence. And
Yes,
what we are going to be learning as a human body, touch, taste, feel, do, is different to what we do as an existential being. And so we're here to
yeah,
have another experience and to learn more. And it's a two-way street. We bring the spiritual knowledge to the human, and the human brings the experience back
correct.
to the spirit. So when we go, I when I lost my mum and my dad, people say, "You're not crying," and I don't cry at death. They've gone home, right? We're
Yes,
the ones that are left
exactly.
behind. We're the ones that we miss them, but they're fine. They've gone home, right?
Oh,
Their
yes.
time here
Oh,
is
yes.
up, and they will either come back if that's their contract to do, or they will evolve and go higher, whatever it is their next phase of existence. But I think
Mm,
for us to think of as this is it, this is all there is in life. It's very
correct.
limiting. but at the same time, we're denying the very essence of who we are.
Oh, yeah. And isn't it such now that there is so much going on in a global sense as well as a personal sense? It's almost like a hurricane, isn't it? A
Mm,
cyclone that's spinning around us, and it's telling us to find that quiet spot, to
yes.
be present with the divine, which is always there, as we
Yeah.
know. But that's what it's drawing us to. I mean, and it's like the way I see it, it's like the knock on the door, say,
Mhm.
and the divine's on the other side saying, please
Open up.
open the door.
Yes. Please
Yes,
let us
because it's
in. We
there
will
waiting
show
for
you
us.
so much. Yes.
Yes,
And
yes, and to that point, I mean, me being stubborn as I am, it takes that two by four. Pardon
mm,
me, it took that two by four to open that door.
mhm.
But when the door is open, it's like the beautiful breeze comes through.
Oh,
And
boy.
you don't know what comes, and the learning and the knowledge and
Mm.
the wonder of that connection is so profound. You go, I wish I had done that 40 years ago.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And you know, the door cannot be closed, folks. Once it's open, it's open. You know,
No, it's open.
the
Yeah, yeah.
evolution is there. And I was born into that, trying to have human existence. So for me, I was always the spiritual being. I lived on that plane, and kind of couldn't understand why others didn't. And so for me, it was always like, what are these humans doing to eeach other? Why is everybody so mean and
Mm,
so nasty? And I
mm.
think the more we allow the essence of our soul, spirit, divine source to allow us to partner
Mm,
with our human selves, the more we evolve as a human species and
yes.
realize that that higher elevation is where the creativity, the peace, the
Oh, yes.
productivity lies.
Isn't it?
It doesn't lie in the
Yes.
human anger or
No,
anything
correct.
else.
Correct. Absolutely. And there's a couple of keys in there, but one particularly I think is the daily renewal.
Mm,
Because we get caught up in things, don't we? All the stuff that we
yes.
have to do. But, to spend 15, 20 minutes, half an hour just in quiet,
Yes.
making that connection, and then manifesting that in
Hmm.
our daily activities. So what we do becomes a part of that connection with the divine. Where, for example, uh, I like doing the ironing. God forbid, I'm a bit strange, but
Not even I am.
but but to me that quiets the mind. It's a
Yes.
mundane task
Hmm.
that requires no thought. So the monkey mind gets quiet, and you say, "Okay, I'm here. I'm doing the ironing." But then it's just a time of reconnection, if you
Yeah,
will.
I
So,
agree. Yeah.
and we can find those times. We can do the ironing or whatever we do.
Yeah,
We make
it
the
doesn't have
food
to
or
be
whatever.
cross-legged, meditation. The
No,
meditation is
not
whatever
at all.
stills you and makes you present.
Yes, 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 absolutely. So, and the more we can take
Mm,
that quiet space into that activity of daily life,
mm, mhm,
life becomes more the rose that blossoms for us. The
mm.
serendipities happen, don't they?
Yeah,
The things go, oh my goodness, how did that work? But that's the divine calling because we know that
mm.
divine is ever present. It's just waiting on us to open the door and make the connection.
And it's not all about, oh, and everything is going to go smooth because
God
chaos still
forbid.
happens. But the chaos always has a reason, right?
Yes.
And
Oh, yes.
however frustrating it is, believe me, I've been through this in the last couple of days where everything that could
Mm,
go wrong went wrong. And it's like, okay, is it testing me? Am I just going to take a breath here and ride the wave?
mm,
Will I know why all of this is happening, or is it just there to shake me up? Who knows? When we stop
yes.
asking those questions and just go with it, right?
Ah,
And
yeah.
hindsight will be 2020. You don't need 2020 to walk forward.
Yeah, but you've nailed it there, I think, because the key is the question.
Mm,
What would love do next?
yes.
What am I meant to learn from this problem dilemma?
Mm,
What do I need to bring me closer to the light? So those types of questions, and we know with trust that the divine will answer them.
Yes, whether it's in
When we
chaos or not.
yes, yes, it takes chaos to ask a question, but never mind. But yes, that again renews the connect. The question renews the connection because we know that with the answer will come.
But surrender to the answer. Don't dictate it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Again, the monkey mind's got to get
Mm.
still, as we know, doesn't it?
You go. Off you go. Go and pick some bananas, monkey mind.
Maybe it's something like giving up. And it's easy to say, harder to do, but we have to give up control, don't we? And
Yes.
we think we know, we think we can do, but what we don't know is what we don't know that the divine has in store for us,
Mm.
and the resources that it will provide for us, the inspiration that will come. I mean, it's like if I can use the analogy of writing of the book, I mean, the
Hmm.
afterlife. I mean, I remember at that time thinking, what do I know?
Mm.
I know nothing, but you become
Conduit.
open to whatever. And I remember back at the time writing this stuff and going, "Oh my God, where did that come from?
Exactly.
Where did it come from?"
Yes.
Because the mind, you have no idea, and it
You
didn't
stepped out of
didn't
head
take.
and you let soul direct you.
Yeah, well, there you
Yes.
go. And
Hmm.
well, you create the space. I
Mm.
remember because when I when I write, I'm a very disciplined writer, so I create space. Like in the morning, I'd go, "Oh, okay, Stephen, you're going to write today. At 1 o'clock, you're on
Hmm.
to the
Hmm.
universe. So this is
Right.
your time." And then at that time, nothing that beeps and buzzes at you, no
Right.
phones, no emails, no one on that little cone of silence over you.
Hmm.
And then ask the question, what am I going to write?
Yeah.
What would love do next? Whatever. And then you go, oh, far out. Here it
That's
comes.
the point. Far
Yeah,
out. Right? It's like
yeah.
when I interview authors and I say, did your characters take on a life of their own? Because they start off with a character, this character is going to do this and it's going to do that. That's kind of how the ending's going to be. And then as they're writing, the character takes on a life of its own and all the lives around it take on its own. And it becomes so much more because they allowed, it became in partnership with the universe, right?
Yes,
Where you are
yes,
now
yes, yes.
creating together, but because you got out of dictation, it must be, and you went
Yeah,
into
yeah.
adventurism, right?
Mm,
That's when the
mm.
creativity comes out.
Oh, absolutely. And the interesting again in the writing process from one session to the next, and this book was written in 3 weeks. But I never knew. I
Mm,
never knew where it was going.
what an adventure.
I'd read, do a chapter or whatever, and then it'd finish and go, okay, cool, and read it and go, wow, far out. But the
Yeah,
next day I'd sit and go, oh, where? No, I had no idea. But
right.
no storyboard,
No, 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 no,
no,
no, no.
yeah,
Allow. You
allow.
allowed, and then we don't do that as human beings. We don't allow. It's everything is that exterior dictation of what you should and be and have to and do this. And if we just shut the door on all of that, and like
Yeah, yeah.
basically there's the human ethics and authenticity of who you are, why you are, then allow the universe to use you as an instrument to do what you're here to do.
Yes, yes. I've got to tell you something really interesting with that writing process too, that I was taken to all these different places in the
Mm,
heavenly realms and was introduced to these characters,
mm-hmm,
angels, if you will.
mm-hmm,
And every time I would ask the question, what's your name?
mm-hmm.
Straight away, I would get the name. And then there was one character. So you've got this character that I was introduced to was let's call him a grand master, prime of life, radiant in beautiful robes. 3 times did I ask, what's your name? I never
Wouldn't give
got
it.
it. And wouldn't give it. Uh, and in the book, this character, I hate that word, but this angel, I call him the master because I had no other
Right? Yeah.
designation for him. But it's just interesting. I didn't question it. It was just the way it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. So
But and that kind of is a lesson in. Are we our name? Are we our identity? Man, woman,
Ah,
this, that. And it's like we just are. It just is. And that
mm,
maybe we do not need that label. And obviously, as identification in the book, you needed to call them something so people can identify what on whom you're talking about. But maybe it's also kind of the metaphor for um, just be the essence of who you are. Let people feel you and identify for themselves what you are rather than you labeling what you are and hoping it fits their
yes,
perception.
yes, yes. Again, interesting because um, the the main characters in the book were in the heavenly realms were designated with heavenly names,
Mm,
which depicted their station and their purpose in in service in the heavenly realms. So though their earthly name was discarded, and in many
mm,
cases I did not know it, but you know, I was given their heavenly name,
yes.
which designated their pathway through the realms. But
Mm.
again, very interesting.
And very, very interesting. So, how did your mom's passing kind of lift you up or shake you up or whatever it did?
Very interesting. Well, let me give you a bit of background. It's just over 2.5 years since her passing. And, you know, ever since I was a wee lad, I always knew and said to myself, Mum, when you go, I'm not staying. Because
Mm.
give me a picture. This is a beautiful woman. I've done so well in choosing her as my mother when I come
Right.
down. I was,
Yeah. Yeah.
she is an angel in many respects. She ministered to so many. She guided many to the spiritual realms. She's a beautiful being. And I always said, when you go, I'm not hanging around. But you know, consequential of
Mm.
the learning and the knowledge and the understandings now that one received from this intervention, writing the book and so forth, it sounds rather crass, but I feel no grief. Yes, there's loss. You know, I can't
No,
go up to
no.
her house
Yeah.
and say, "Mum, what's for dinner?" And I
Yeah.
miss that.
Yes.
But I know where she is. I know where she's
Exactly.
gone in the heavenly
Yes.
realms.
Yes.
I know where to find her in this place in the center
Mm.
here, and she is ever present. She is more powerful now
Yeah.
than she ever was
Right.
because that love is the bridge.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I call on her, Mum, what do I do? And you
Yeah.
feel it,
Yeah.
that love. And you know, my other significant point of understanding is that the grief holds that person uh, back in the
Prisoner.
heavenly realms
Mm.
because they want to be with us and they have to help us because we're
Yes.
grieving.
Yes.
Let them go.
Yeah.
They're in amongst the love that abounds in this heavenly realm. I can barely describe. I barely
Right.
know. I can only
You can,
what I
there
saw.
aren't any words sometimes to actually articulate,
Oh,
right? But there's two things I
absolutely.
want to hit on there. You
Hmm.
actually did go with your mum because you were a part of her, she was a part of you. So when your mum passed over, she took that part with her, right?
Yes.
And so she left
Yes.
that part with you. So that connection is always there. But
Yes.
you are
Yes.
part in that heavenly realm because of that, right?
Yes.
And then, yes, absolutely, with the grief, it is holding the person back. And I've interviewed they call them death doulas, but they used to be known as the
Hmm.
midwives for people passing over. And the obviously in times of war, accident, or tragedy, it's very different. But when somebody is leaving us, the best thing you can do is speak to them beautifully and softly, share your
Yes.
gratitude, share your love, and say, "Go home. You will always be with me. I will miss
Yes.
you, but I haven't lost you. I am not losing you." Because then they're
Yes.
going without guilt, right? They're going
Yes.
without
Yes.
concern or worrying about you. They're
Yes.
transforming back home where they're meant to go because they're being called home. And it's a
Yes.
peaceful transaction, it's a peaceful ascension. But if
Yes.
there's tears and wailing and don't go and how dare you leave me, that's when that pull comes back in. And there isn't
Yes.
that smooth transition for them to go home, and we're doing them a disservice by that. That doesn't mean
Yes.
you're not going to have grief, but
Of
don't
course.
let that grief hold them back.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And it's that essence of love in the heart that,
Mm.
allows that
Yes,
freedom. I
yes,
love you. You're there. We're
mm.
here together. So that releases them into the
Yes,
the
yes.
what they do in the heavenly realms, and
We're all going to
they're,
go there
they're ever
eventually.
present. Oh, let's try and put it off for a little while yet. But
Yes, exactly.
I must tell you another uh, profound area that I was taken to in the writing process, and I called it the school for children.
Mhm,
Uh, and let me do my best to describe. Standing on a hilltop with a master guide taking me, and remember, I'm seeing through this character's eyes, so he's taking me to these places. And there's a magnificent edifice, a beautiful building, and there was like a blue mist surrounding this building. And so we enter, and got to tell you that the love I felt, it was like when I entered this building, was shown, it was like a beautiful warm
mm,
blanket on a
mm,
on a cold night.
mm,
I even now it gives me tingles to think about it. And inside in the building were these rooms, and there were these babes in arms being nurtured by these angelic beings. These
mm,
angelic beings were dressed in mainly blue robes, but they were nurturing these young babes. I've asked, "What is this place?" To the guide, and said was told every child that leaves the earth plane early is so beautifully nurtured by the
mm.
Heavenly Father and his angels. The love that abounds even if the bond between the
The
parent
parent.
and the child is fractious, shall we say, every child is beautifully nurtured and brought to the prime of their spiritual well-being in this place. So God forbid, the grief that would
Yeah.
one feel if you lose a child. However, know that
Hmm.
the Heavenly Father and the angel so beautifully nurture this being
Mm.
that would be an assuage to the grief of loss, to
Yeah.
know that this being, this spirit, is so beautifully loved by the heavenly angels. Yeah.
And the thing is about children is there's still so much connected to spirit. It's like as they become older and step into adulthood, especially human adulthood,
Mhm.
they kind of lose that connection until they
Mm.
have to journey back to find it, because you all
Oh,
do.
yes.
Um, but
Yes.
but with the children, they are it. So it is kind of the nurturing of the star that they are. Because
Yes.
some will go on to come back, some will go on to do something else. But when an adult leaves, especially one that leaves suddenly, because I've been possessed by somebody that was earthbound. They died very,
Mm.
very suddenly and didn't realize they were dead and kind of were missing a body. So decided to take
Hmm.
mine.
Hmm.
Not very pleasant,
Mm.
folks,
Oh, ouch.
right? So, but
Yes,
it,
yes.
and for them, it wasn't necessarily so much the malice of it. It's like uh, they were disconnected from being taken home and they were in
Yes.
limbo land. And so there was a
Yes.
body that they thought they could step into. And that is where we need the quote, what I used to say, I used to work for death. So it
Mm.
was not my choice, but there'll be various people that would come into my realm and they had passed over and they were needing to be shown the way forward, the door
Yes.
to the light. And that was
Yes.
what my job was for a very,
Mm.
very, very long time until I
Isn't that
asked to be
interesting?
released from that because my
Mm.
energy wanted to go somewhere else. And I would never have a choice of who it was. It was whoever picked up my signature.
Mm.
And they
Mm.
just were just didn't couldn't see it and just needed to be guided. my son, when
Ah,
he was
yes.
young, had the same ability and then freaked him out and denied it. And I know it's still there, but one day it will open up again. But, that's the thing. There are earthbound people that have died tragically and suddenly and not caught that connection. All right.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Interesting, and I must say, what you're describing is really very much the same as what I experienced in the writing of the book. The This character Athar, who in his life was abused under the auspices of the clergy, and he took his own life.
Mm,
So he was stuck in this purgatorial state by virtue of the fear and the anger and the shame and the guilt that he felt.
hmm
He was stuck.
hmm
He couldn't see the light that
No,
was there.
no.
So which the light is ever present, but
Always ever present. But yeah,
they're
they were
somehow
shrouded.
clouded from
Yeah.
seeing, shrouded
Mm-hmm.
with this fear and anger and
Mm-hmm.
so forth. It took his forgiveness of
Mm.
others to enable him to see the light, and that released him into the heaven,
Yes.
out of this purgatorial state.
Right.
Take away his fear, and then he moved into and up through
Mm-hmm.
into these vast heavenly realms. But yes, there's one of the laws of heaven and earth say it very clearly. Just give me, I'll find it. Fear at the time of passing closes the soul to all the awaiting love and compassion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It kind of describes it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So when we're afraid, what we've perhaps it is what we've done in life might be, we've caused a
Questionable.
bit of
Yeah.
upset,
Yeah.
questionable. So we're afraid of what awaits
Yes.
uh,
Will we be let
after.
through the pearly gates? Or is this somebody else waiting for us?
Ah, yes, could be. Yeah, it could
Um,
be.
but I think that I remember, interviewing someone who she said there are so many souls that have to go to soul school before they can ascend or come back, right? And
Hmm.
that is, kind of what you're talking about. I remember talking about with my sister in this way, and she's Catholic, and so she was kind of on the thing that you don't move on, no life after death. Or the Catholicism used to believe that until they took that belief away because they realized people didn't fear God as the way they wanted
Yeah.
God to be feared. So, um, and I said a bit, whatever we have to deal with in life, we need to deal with in this life for two reasons. One, when we leave this life, we want no unfinished business,
Ah,
right?
yes, yes, yes,
Because
yes,
otherwise
yes.
we take that on with us. And the other, we want to go with a clear conscience so
Mm,
that we
yes.
can move forward. And very often, when we go over, I've been here many, many lifetimes, and when we come back at different levels for different teachings and different everything
Mm,
else. So
mm.
it is knowing that if you're going to come back, you don't want to bring the same old garbage with you from this lifetime, from the
Oh,
lifetime beforehand.
God forbid.
You'd like to have
Yes,
a cleaner
yes.
slate, and she actually had never thought about it that way. And I said, you want to cross over with unfinished business, with what you've had to say, how you feel, ask for forgiveness or send out love wherever it is, that is a peaceful crossing over to whatever you go to next, right? We don't
Yes.
want to take it with it. How many people, and she's vengeful over her ex-husband, and I said, but who's that hurting? It's not hurting him,
Mm,
right? It's only hurting you, and you're carrying that pain with you. That's your choice.
yes,
Right. And so we have to
yes.
look at sometimes what we carry with us, and is it our choice to carry it with us? Do we really want to take that over with us in the next life?
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
Don't you want to kind of clear
Absolutely.
that up here now and kind of enjoy what life you've got here and then go home happily?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Let go of that stuff. Yeah.
hmm
Isn't it interesting? And I think it comes back to what we were talking about at the beginning, that the importance of this time of transformation
hmm
connects us back to that what we're here for, that
Yes.
life purpose.
hmm
Why did we come down?
hmm
Connect to that because that is a profound, like a crucible of
hmm
motivation. Let's get on with it. Let's do
Yes.
whatever we need to do, and let's not have the necessity of coming back if we don't
Right.
need to, isn't
Yes.
it? So we've released those burdens. We've opened up that channel, but we've connected with what is important to us in this life, what we've come down for, and we've we've realised that we're living that, so that builds a bridge to, I'm sure, a far better place in the afterlife.
Yeah, I know I have one more lifetime, but I don't know if it's actually to live here or just to be a presence of guide from another realm, right? Before I completely ascend to the other dimension. So I know I've got one more of that, whether it's physically coming back or whether it's being of service on level two humans, I don't know yet. That will be
Yeah,
revealed. But
will
basically,
be
one more.
revealed.
It
Yes.
will be revealed. I can't do anything
Mm,
about it. No need worrying
mm.
about it. It will be what it will be. Kind of part of me doesn't want to come back, but I'll help who, whatever I'm here to do. My job has always been from the beginning of time when I first came here is to ignite the heart and souls and
Mm.
spirits of humans for them to rise up to that higher divine consciousness. And that's what
Yes.
I did in every lifetime, but I might just do it from a different level now. And it will
Yes.
be revealed when it will be revealed. Not yet, folks. I've
Yes.
still got business to do. I've got things to
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
do.
yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's so profound. Let me just find it again because one of the laws says, where is it? Service to others. Now that I talk about it, I can't find it. Here it is. In heaven, there is no system of debit or credit.
Mhm.
Service to others is our reason for being.
That's the currency.
Ah, absolutely. That is the currency.
Yeah.
Yeah. I must tell you, the other revelation from the writing was that when we pass over, we pass through these mists where we do the life review and then enter into the heavenly realms, but we are robed in colours that
Mm.
reflect the pathway that is uniquely ours. So even if we want to, we might want to go up to the higher realms, but things we've
Yeah.
done in life dictate where we go.
Mm.
But from the colours of the robes, others can see what we need, other souls can
Mm.
see what we need in the way of love and service. I,
Mm.
that's my understanding of how it works. So the
I know
colours
that I've
reflect
always
our.
been very, very dictated by blues. And I know that I used to be a blue being at some point. So blues are very, very
Hmm.
important for me. Um, do you have a particular color that is your blanket or your comfort or your
Hmm.
essence?
Well, blue for me is kind of it too. But I must
Mm.
tell you, I was listening to a very interesting podcast yesterday from a lady who sees the aura of
Yeah.
people,
Hmm.
and she described how there were three parts of the aura
Hmm.
around the face, around the head, and in the heart,
Right.
and she could see the colours befitting that individual. Uh, a great gift, and one that I do not have,
Now,
but
that's what she was chosen
she
for,
sure
right?
does.
Hmm.
Yes, yes. But the way I see it is that is the robes that we wear are reflective of our current state of being and what we've done in life that
Mm.
reflects what happens to us in the next realm.
Mm. It's very, very interesting because, we are in a world in turmoil right now. We're in a world in change.
Oh,
And the big indication, as I've shared before, 8 years ago, they gave me the saying, the universe is going to shake us up, to wake us up, for us to step up, to change it up and grow up vibrationally, but grow up as a human race. And, many people heard that calling and have already risen up. And for many
correct.
others, the shake up is on. And
Mm.
what happens when you shake things up? Kind of pretty well the garbage comes up first. And that's what we're facing right now. And it's now
Yes.
the conscious choice of, are you in it for you at the cost of
Mm.
anyone else? Are you in it for all of us at the benefit of everyone else? Because there is no cost when you're in it for all of us, because everybody
Yes.
benefits. And there's
Yes.
only a cost when you're in it for you and everybody else pays the cost. So I think this is
Yes.
the consciousness invitation right now to rising up to a higher frequency of love, kindness, caring, compassion, consideration, and creativity. And that is the full force energy that's being presented at the present moment. And it's shaking up the people who either have not turned their consciousness on or don't want to.
Yes, absolutely. And you know that to my way of thinking, there's two ingredients to that, and there's that open that door.
Mm-hmm.
There's commitment and trust.
Mm.
Because without commitment, we can't care for others more than ourselves. It
Right.
takes it takes
Right.
work, it takes
Yes.
takes commitment. And then there's trust that we will be supported
Yeah.
in what we do. The angelic host, our guardian angels, are there sitting on our shoulder 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
But they cannot, they will not take away our free will.
Right.
We have
Yes.
They will guide us, nudge us in particular direction, but they will not
It's
interfere
our
with
choice. Our
it's our
choice.
choice.
Mm-hmm.
So again, the choices come back down to our intention.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we choose? Do we
Mm-hmm.
choose malice, hatred,
Mm-hmm.
revenge, ex-husbands or wives that we don't like anymore?
Right.
Or
Or the
do we
opulence and the
choose
greed and the authoritarianism. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we choose love,
Mm.
empathy, compassion, understanding? So they become our life choices that open that door.
And when you choose that way, uh, you actually, rise up to that higher frequency, and everything about your life becomes more of an even plateau. It doesn't mean that
Hmm.
things that go wrong. Believe me, this weekend, everything that went wrong could go wrong. But it just means that you don't sweat the small stuff. And everything,
Yes.
when you know your meaningful purpose, when you know what your instrument is, when you know what you're here to do, and you step into that, there is a
Hmm.
beautiful level of peace and comprehension and
Yes.
understanding of why you are here. And then whatever bumpy road you've got, it will smooth out because they're supporting what you're here to do.
Yes.
Right? So when you discover that, it's just trust. However bumpy the road is, it's all for
Yes.
a reason. They've got you.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And along that bumpy road, if what we were talking about before, if we find that quiet space, we reconnect, know that divine is tapping us on the shoulder. We connect to that spirit guide or our loving kin, and that nurtures us. That moves us
Mhm.
forward. But you know, the other thing, one of the laws again, I'll find it for you. One of the other keys is forgiveness.
Yes,
Oh,
big one.
it is
Yeah.
easy to say, harder to do.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
There's let me find it again. Here it is. Forgiveness is at the heart of your ultimate realization.
Mhm.
Well, I guess that's forgiveness of obviously others, but forgiveness of self, because
Yeah. I
we've all
think
tripped
it's,
over our size 11s.
oh, yeah, well, have we, boy? Yeah. And the thing is that when you understand the why, right, you can forgive the what. That
Yes.
doesn't mean you're condoning
No.
because everybody has to own what they've done. But what
Hmm.
you're doing is understanding why you did it. Was it in ignorance? Was it in fear? Was it in malice? Own it, right?
Yes.
Own it. Now you understand it. I can forgive the people that have inflicted harm on me because I
Mm.
understand where they were at that time, and they
Time.
didn't know what else to do because of where they were at. It doesn't mean I
Mm.
condone the behavior, but by forgiving it, I've released myself and I've released them.
Yes. Yes. And in many respects, isn't it that elevates us to a higher plane?
Absolutely. It makes
Oh,
that so much lighter. You're not
light. Yeah,
carrying that
absolutely.
along with you all the time.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
stop
And without that,
apologizing to yourself.
yes.
Unless
I
you're
mean, and it
Canadian, where we
was,
say, I'm sorry to everything.
and no, no. Oh, you do always up. It's all good. Yes, but I mean, it was Nietzsche that said, "What doesn't destroy us makes us stronger,"
Stronger. Yes.
doesn't it?
Mhm.
Much stronger,
And
and
it doesn't
therein
mean
lies.
brute force tough. I'm going
No,
to
no, no,
get
no,
them
no.
stronger. It just means more enriched, more abundant, and more encompassing, more fulfilled, more
Mm,
understanding, more
yes,
willing to trust.
Yeah,
right?
there you
And
go.
also, I think stronger in our vulnerability.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. And it's a great paradox, isn't it? I mean,
Mm,
it was a very, whatever it was a difficult and challenging and whatever, but it was the crucible upon which
mm.
the gold has come out of the metal.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
that's what's happened. So
yeah.
we stand secure with persistence and resilience that we keep going. You know, we persist,
I
and
think one
therein
of the
lies
things that we as human beings need to look at and let go of, although it is a hard one, next to forgiveness is judgment. We're very easy to judge people and then condemn, right? You can't
yes.
forgive until you understand, but are we willing to understand if we've already judged and condemned? Holding
Yes.
people accountable, I'm a big one on that. We all need to hold ourselves accountable, especially if you're inflicting harm on other people for your own
Mm,
self-satisfaction. Absolutely accountability. But it's not
yes.
for me to judge or to
Mm,
condemn, but it
no.
is for me to shed light so that you will hold accountability.
Yes, absolutely. Uh, I mean, it's small comfort too that there is another law associated with that, and
Mm.
let me find it and read it to you. In your life review, all shall be revealed. No thought or action insignificant. All remembered to record.
Hmm.
Mm.
Every bit of
Every bit.
it.
So time to
So
be
be
good.
conscious about
But
what you're doing.
well, but isn't that right? It's
Yeah.
just knowing that that gives us an awareness, a consciousness that we need to be mindful of our actions. What is our intention? Do we
Mm,
intend harm? Do I want to cause you harm or seek revenge or whatever? Or what do I choose?
mm.
Compassion, understanding, forgiveness, love. Hmm,
Better
it's a pathway.
choices. As you said, there is no escape and resistance is futile.
Yes, absolutely. But again, that's a choice,
Mm,
and isn't that a beautiful thing? Here we stand. We cannot go back.
no,
We there, and I speak for myself here. Grey on the roof. The end point becomes relative. So, in my simpleton brain, I have to get on with whatever I need to do to
don't waste
be
time. Just get on with
whatever.
it.
Don't waste time. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it comes interesting. It's almost not a doing; it's a being.
100%. We are beings doing, not doing
Yes,
being, right?
yes,
100%. And I think that's once we recognize that we are the human being or being human, um,
yes.
it is all about our beingness
Mm,
because you can do, but if it's not coming authentically from the being of who you are, you're just doing.
yes, yes,
When
yes.
you
Absolutely.
do from that sense of being, it is felt and it has so much more
Yes.
transformation in that beingness. It's the essence of who you are. That's what people feel before you do anything,
Ah,
is they feel who you are.
yes, yes, absolutely. And there's a we call it a philosophy. Uh, uh, it's a life philosophy where in an old age, it's a want, have, be. I want a new car, and when
Hmm.
I have a new car, I will be happy.
Yeah.
I want my partner to love me more, and when I
Mm,
have more love, I will
hmm.
be happy.
Hmm.
But let's flip that and go,
Yes.
be happy. Be happy. And when you have that, you will have more of it.
You
And
will
you
find
when
out what
you
what
will
will
have more
keep
of
the
it, and then
happiness
you will
going.
do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you will
When
do
when you're
happy.
happy and you're on that frequency and vibration, that's when the good things
Mm.
happen to you.
Hmm.
So you know that the car, the wife, the whatever, what will continue to make your happiness will be presented, right? So a
Yes,
lot of people
yes.
think this will make me happy. But when you
Hmm.
are happy, you realize, God, thank God I didn't have that. That would have made me miserable. But you only realize that when you're happy first.
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, again, it's almost it's a daily practice for me. So
Hmm.
you wake up and, Stephen, how are you going to be today?
Hmm.
I want to be whatever I want to be.
As
Yeah,
Bobby McFerrin
I'll,
says, don't
I'll be
worry.
articulate, I'll be
Yeah,
abundant, or be whatever.
yeah,
But it's a choice.
it
And
is.
that kind of sets the stage, doesn't it, for the rest of the day? I mean,
You set out the ripple effect.
hmm, Yeah.
don't worry, be happy.
Well, there you go. Simple philosophy that works. Yes,
That
absolutely.
doesn't mean that you can start a day off wrong. Like as I said, I've had a weekend where like everything that could go wrong went wrong. And it was
Mm,
just like, okay, very frustrating, obviously, very annoying. But then slowly things are being put right. And that's really where the emphasis is. It's annoying, it's disruptive, but can it be put right? And you focus on the putting right. That's where you put the energy,
yes.
not on what's gone wrong, but on what's
Yes.
going right.
Right.
And literally having to close the door on something that you can't deal with right now, even though it feels
Yes.
urgent. The past me would have been, you've got to do it now, you've got to do it now. And then now it's like, I will
Yes.
get to it when I'm in a better state of being and I can
Yes.
bring more energy to it. Right.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
and it's recognizing that sometimes just because it's in front of you, that doesn't mean you have to deal with it right
Do
now,
it. Yeah. Yes.
right? Sometimes
Yes.
taking that step back and approaching it from a different angle will give you more clarity.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the point you made before was don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah,
There's
however
a big
annoying it
picture
is,
here.
like a
Yes.
mosquito.
Yeah. Yeah. Indeed. Oh my goodness, we've solved the problems of the world in the space of an hour,
Yes,
haven't we?
yes,
Really?
we have, and we have such wonderful conversations. You have to come back again soon, because we
Okay.
just need to continue this on. We've opened up that different box, not Pandora box. We've opened up that heavenly box. And
Yes.
today, just obviously with the first book show, we really talked about the writing of the book and how that came about, and your past life to your present life. And today we've taken it that step further of what it is still revealing for you. It isn't just
Mm.
writing the book and promoting it, and I'm there. It is about that constant evolution of what
Yes.
it reveals day by day by day, and that forever growth. So I have to have you
Yes.
back again when we talk about the next
Oh,
level of growth.
it would be an absolute pleasure. Must tell you though, we were talking about before. Yeah, we're kindred spirits here
Hmm.
because at my core, I'm a teacher. I'm an educator.
Hmm.
That's what I've done for 50 years. But it's now time with this knowledge that we've been gifted
Yes.
to enable others,
Hmm.
show them the way, not tell them where to go,
No,
but to
no, no.
show them the way and show them
Yeah.
how to do it because we know how. We
Yes.
live the how.
Yes.
So, for people to listen and take on board and go, ah, I've got that. Oh, my goodness.
Hmm.
And
But as
yeah,
I say,
that's
inspiration
the
begets
impetus.
invitation. And when you're inspired by somebody else's growth, you're inviting them to reveal your own. And very often
Yes,
you don't realize you're on that road, or you don't realize the signs and the skills and the tools and the wisdom that is all around you because you're so busy just
yes,
walking that road. And it's like, pause, pay attention. The wisdom is all around you. And if my
yeah,
motto with the shows, listen, learn, and apply. And there's
yes,
maybe somebody that's just at the stop street or at the grocery store that makes a statement that is profound, that can shift you. Pay attention. Pay attention because the signs are all
yes,
around you. Right?
yes, yeah. There's no accidents in this space anymore, I don't think.
No,
It's all serendipity. People are there
absolutely.
for a reason. Yeah.
How do people get hold of you? How do they get hold of the book? And you are certainly coming back again very soon.
Ah, thank you. Best way probably is website,
Hmm.
Stephen with a PH, Stephen, stephenchong.com.au. They can make contact, send me emails and things, ask questions or whatever. And the books, links to the book and Amazon's and all the book depositories, can be
Yeah.
found on the website. So
The
that's the best
afterlife, and
place.
just put in your name and that will come up. And stephenchong.com.au, folks. AU
AU.
for Australia. And of course
Yes,
he's on
correct.
Instagram, Stephen Chong, on Facebook, Stephen Chong, on Stephen Chong AU downloads. And
Yeah, I don't do Instagram. I'm
oh,
a dinosaur with the Facebook and Facebook's best.
oh yeah,
I'm on
okay.
Facebook. and LinkedIn.
I'll take the Instagram out there then.
Yeah,
And of course, can be found, the book can also be found on Barnes and Nobles and Booktopia,
all of those.
all of
Yes.
those. And, please go back and listen to the other show because you'll see where it started. And I'm going to have him back where we're going to continue with this conversation without a time limit and really let it go because we have collectively opened up those heaven doors. And what we want to do is give you a sneak peek of what you can embrace, how beautiful it is over there. It's like, come on in, the waters are great. So we're going to
Yes.
continue to share that. And so just stay tuned. All you have to do is put his name in, Stephen Chong, into selfdiscoverywisdom.com. All his shows will come up, and there will be another one coming up in the near future. So thank you so much, Stephen.
Lovely. Thank you so much for allowing me on your program again. I look forward to
Oh,
the
no.
next one.
I'm looking forward to the next one too, most certainly. So, folks, remember, don't sweat the small stuff, trust, be present, and allow. Until next time, bye for now. We hope that you enjoyed the show. There are so many more for you here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. Just go to the podcast tag at the top there and you will see all the many genres and all 3,000 shows ready for your listening. We are here to serve you, to help you on your journey of life, and we know that through inspiration, it begets invitation. We are supported by you, the listeners, and those that we interview. Anything that you can spare us in donation would be greatly accepted, and we do hope that you enjoy the next show.